Hey guys, my name is Sock. I'm a queer artist from Indianapolis, and today I made a sock. Well, I'm starting to make a sock. This is my first sock ever, and it's huge. It's massive. Like compared to my face, I don't know how to fully show you the scale, but it's giant. This is totally not going to fit my feet, and that's okay. I'm determined. Like I realized before I really did the heel that it was probably going to be too big, and then while working on the heel, I was like, yeah, this is going to be massive. And I'm kind of just determined to finish it because, like I said, it's my first sock and I just want to get it done and like know that I can do it. And then also, my name's Sock. So I'm probably just gonna put this up on the wall. Like I think it'll be cute. It's got like a darker purple and then this gray color is also like purpley. And I think on my back, like olive colored wall, I think it would like low key be super cute. And maybe I'll like duplicate stitch some like words or something onto it. I don't know. So not a functional sock, but like kind of nice to learn on, especially with it being a bit bigger. I did a German short row heel because the pattern that I found just happened to have that. I'm using DK weight yarn because I thought that would be nice for my first sock. And I did not do a swatch, so that's why this is crazy. I also knitted the extra large option because I've got big feet and it told me to measure around the ball of my foot, and I thought I did that correctly, but I guess I didn't because thinking about it, like I have big feet in like women's sizes, but not in men's sizes. So that kind of makes sense. So I feel like in the future I probably need to do like a medium or large. I wear like a size 9 in men's. So like not crazy. I got this book from the library, the sock project, and there are so many awesome sock patterns. The one I'm doing right now is just I think there's like 3 DK sock patterns in here. That is what I'm following for the tutorial on how to do the German short row heel in the book. I was a little confused. I don't think it's the pattern writer's fault. I think I just haven't done that before. And so I ended up watching a video. And the video actually was really helpful. I'll probably link the book and the video down below, just because like sometimes visually seeing that stuff was really nice, especially because like now that I've like done it, I understand that like you set your markers and then you're creating like double stitches all the way to those markers and then working out and creating double stitches all the way out. It's when like you're actually doing it, it makes sense. Um so yeah, that's my big sock update. I'm gonna be working on this more today to like try and finish it just because yeah, even though it's not gonna fit, I'm still gonna finish it because I think it'll be fun. And I'm planning to do like this darker purple at the toe as well. I kind of wish I would have done a fun color for the heel, but because this is like a shorty sock, there's not much space between like the cuff and the heel. Um, so it'll be fine. I think in the future I'll probably do a lot more funky socks. I do have a few mini skeins of sock yarn. And then I've ordered some sock wool whenever I ordered the yarn for my mom's t-shirt. Um, so that'll be coming in and I'll have some like actual sock yarn to use. So that'll be nice. But in the meantime, I have so much DK weight yarn, especially acrylic, that like if I mess it up, it's not that big of a deal. And I know acrylic and like non-stretchy aren't recommended for socks, but especially for my first pair or two, like they don't need to be the best socks ever until I really like understand that construction, and then I'll be more precious about making socks that will last. I'm also not anti-darning. So my understanding is basically that like you can use other yarns. They're just more likely to like need repairs in the future, which is totally fine for me. I love doing mending projects. Um so yeah. I also have an update on the striped bag. It's like completely done as far as the pattern is concerned. My only last thing would be to add a lining, which I'm still planning on doing, but it's just not on the top of my list. I have already started using this bag, but here she is. I ended up sewing the straps. I started like in the pattern she says she just slip stitches them, and that's what I started to do like normal, I guess, and then I finally like inverted it so that the same way you would sew. So like right side to right side and you're like sewing on the wrong side and then you flip it and it's fine. I don't know. And I had like connected this strap with slip stitches. But then I was like worried about like turning it inside out. The turning straps and sewing is so confusing. So I ended up whenever I undid the slip stitch of the straps, I like lost my first row of this, and so I ended up having to sew it. So this is just like kind of like crappily sewn together, but honestly, it doesn't really bug me. Um, so here is this. I think it's so cute and I'm so obsessed. I luckily had just like one of these little like scrunchy drawstringy things already. And then I didn't have much paracord, so I literally just took like some twine that my partner had and used two pieces of it. I tried to spin them together and then I realized because like they were fully plied and like that's just not how the spinning works. It has to have like the twist going against to like be able to ply well. Either way, it was a fun experiment. And then I had some beads from a trip to Wisconsin that my partner and I had taken. And I don't really know how to do knots or anything, but I looked up a few tutorials. None of them really made sense to me. So then I just kind of winged it. And I made these little charms, and I think they're I think they're actually really cute, and they make a nice like clacking sound whenever I'm wearing the bag. So I'm so happy with this bag. I think once I add in my like sewn liner, I think this will be my like everyday bag. I just need to make sure that I don't stretch it out too much. In the pattern, she has the paracord going like through this scrunchy part and then also through the straps. But then the way I sewed this down, I sewed it flat instead of leaving like a loop. And so she has the paracord running all the way through here, which would probably be nice so that the strap doesn't stretch out, but I couldn't do that. And I also didn't really care about having like the scrunchy effect on like the actual strap of the bag at all. So I just have the scrunchie and like this part. And honestly, it's fine. I think it's fine. We'll see if the strap stretches out too much. I will keep you guys updated. But yeah, there she is. I'm so happy. It just feels so me and like, yeah, I feel like it'll go with like every outfit except maybe when I like wear my striped sweaters because that's like a lot. I'm not anti pattern clashing, but stripes on stripes in different color palettes is like maybe too much for me. Yeah. Also, I spent some time in the ceramic studio yesterday. I didn't record any of it because I just like wasn't feeling like it, and I also forgot my like little mini tripod. But the main thing I worked on was my little bug snack tray, and it actually was kind of perfect. It got to like the leather hard stage, and I was able to like basically like trim away a lot of it and like really refine the shape, which was really nice. And then I added some underglaze and did some sgraffito. I'll put the video right here. I'm so happy with it. I like wasn't really sure like design wise what I wanted to do, but I ended up putting like internal organs in like the two main snack trays. So like one side has like a anatomical heart and then the other side has like lungs and a stomach and intestines. And then the little head cavity has like a little brain and there's like stars all around it too. I don't know, it's cutesy and also like weird and gross, and I'm really excited. I'm terrified that it's not going to survive the kiln, but I guess we will just have to see what the kiln gods say. I'm especially worried about the little Phoebes because they are so thin and fragile. Low key though, I only broke off one while working on it, and I was able to reattach it pretty easily. So we're hoping and praying. I am a rookie ceramicist, so I don't know, but I think this is my like cleanest finish that I've gotten on any project. Especially with hand building, I'm still kind of like learning like how to approach it, and so like now I know that when I first initially build it while the clay is still wet, like just kind of like roughing in those shapes, and then like once it's about leather hard, then I can actually go in and refine those shapes when it's like easier to not mess up so quickly. You know, like when it's wet, you just like you move it a little wrong and then like that motion is in the clay forever. And when it's leather hard, it's a lot firmer and it holds up against itself. Yeah. So that was just like a really nice thing to like build up my confidence a little bit more because I'm still just a little shaky as far as like my confidence goes. I'll like go in one day and feel really good and then I'll like see how things are turning out the other day and be like, ugh, like having all those glazed ceramics be messed up really shook my confidence there for a second. But I'm determined. I'm determined to like consistently go back to the studio and like make this something that I do regularly. And I've been doing pretty good. I've been going in like twice a week. One of the days I'll like have my class, but I'll go in like a couple hours early. Like I think I spent 5 hours there yesterday. So that's pretty good in my book. Um, yeah. So I'm trying. Okay, so I am now to the point where I'm just doing stockinette until I need to do like my toe decreases. So I am working on that. While working on this project, I've been watching 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. So it's like before they're engaged or anything. And it's so messy and I kind of love it. I don't know. I have such a love hate relationship with trash TV because it's so fun to watch, but also I kind of feel bad for watching it. Like, it's definitely a guilty pleasure because I'm like, why am I giving them my money? But also uh, it's kind of so entertaining, especially like I don't know. At least this season, I think this is season 8, um, and I was influenced because I watched Trisha Paytas's podcast, another guilty pleasure of mine, um, hot take, but her co-host Oscar was talking about this season and just talking about how good it was, and I was like, I need a show that has like a lot of episodes and a lot of time that I can just like be watching in my downtime. And so that's I picked it up last night and I think I watched 2 episodes, which is crazy because I think they're an hour and a half long each. Um, and so that was just while I was like knitting this. And yeah, it's kind of really good. I I actually enjoy it more than like Love is Blind because it's just less it's still very production-y, but I don't know, it feels less like embarrassing at times. There's still times where you're like, what is this person doing? But I don't know. I feel like Love is Blind can just like the secondhand embarrassment can just like be a little too much sometimes. Or like another one I watched for a little bit was like The Queer Ultimatum, which is crazy. The whole ideas of these shows are just like wild. Like at least with 90 Day Fiance, like the people are putting themselves in these situations, and it's still somewhat predatory in the like the production sense, but like we know the point of like the ultimatum and like Love is Blind is not actually to conduct an experiment ethically and like really find results. It's to make trash TV and to entertain people. And I think you really see that with like the withholding of information and just like you can just see the producer's little hands on everything. Whereas this, like, I feel like you get a lot of eccentric people and it's not like there's still production in play, but it's not them having the puppet strings entirely. There's just these people that are like really hopelessly in love with people that don't live close to them, you know? I don't know. Definitely let me know your opinions of like trash TV. Okay, so I actually decided to just cast off. So this is the sock that I have, and honestly, I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. I think there was a little bit, oh yeah, there's a little bit of a hole over here, but there's not one on the other side. So I think I just need to be aware of gapping between the double pointed needles. I'm assuming that's what the issue was. I was gonna finish the sock and just like hang it on my wall, but then I was like, that's kind of silly. Like I'll probably still hang up the swatch just because like, I don't know. I like having like swatches and stuff and like I don't feel like unraveling this. Maybe I will. I don't know. Keeping stuff like together until I create a new finished product like really helps me with motivation so that I don't feel like I wasted like 3 hours on this. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna cast on a new one. This was the extra large size and it's massive. It's like the size of my face. And I think I'm gonna try the medium size. I'm gonna look at what the stitch differences are and see low key because I'm not really sure exactly how I want to be doing this. So there's like a 15 stitch difference. That might be enough because I don't want to make it too small because I don't have small feet. But for scale, we'll whip out the dogs. I've got other socks on. I've got like thick wool socks on. So for context, it's like it's not crazy. It's like definitely baggy in like that area, and it's just like generally like pretty loose. So I think a medium should be fine because it's not like insane, but also like the fact that I already have thick wool socks on and it's still too big is definitely a sign that it's too big. So I think if I make the mediums and they're still too big, I'll just give them to my partner. But like these would be way too big for even my partner. Like I don't know anyone with feet this big. So this is like stocking levels. yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and cast on a new pair. I'm probably gonna do the same colors, but this time I think I might do a fun colored heel, um, just to make it a little bit more exciting for myself. Okay, so it is hardcore storming right now. I hope you're able to hear because it's kind of great. A little scary, but it's great. Just a lot of rain. The weather's been really up and down here, but I have a sock update for you. I finished one sock. 1 second. Okay. So this is the finished sock. Let me this. Okay. So here she is. My cat just scared the shit out of me. Oh my god. Here she is. We have like this little purple bit and then this like variegated heel. I'm really happy with how it's turning out. I'm about to try the sock on, so if you're scared of seeing my foot in a sock, look away. That's so stupid. Here it is. Here's my sock. It's perfect. It could be a little tighter around like the cuff. I think next time I will downsize all my needles as I'm doing the ripping, and then size back up whenever I'm doing like the stockinette and everything else. But honestly, it's amazing. I ended up doing this second version in the size medium, and yeah, it seems perfect. So I'm very happy, and I'm so excited. This was so much fun to make, and I think it's very cute and a little eccentric, and it's perfect. I am honestly pretty far on my second one for this set. It's a little less contrasty just because like where the variegated yarn hit, and then I actually I ran out of the purple that I used on this sock, so they're actually just a little bit different. Um, it's kind of hard to tell because the shadow too, but I think this one's just a little bit less saturated and dark. But honestly, like they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine. Um, yeah. So this is the vibe that we have. It's gonna be super cute. So I just need to finish knitting the stockinette part of this sock. And I probably have like 2.5 inches left to go. This is like where we're at on this sock compared to this one. And then we'll go to that green color that I used for the toe on the other one. Let's get a little close up of this toe. So socks always like seem like they're gonna be really intimidating, but it's you can see like the kind of flat decreases, and it creates like a lot more of like a I guess it's got more of like a defined shape than what I expected it to be, but it's still really comfortable on the foot, which is good. And I used the Kitchener stitch on the toe, and it's so seamless. It's actually like it's really cool. Yeah, and it really wasn't that hard. You're basically just like knitting and purling with the loops that are left over. Yeah, it's been pretty fun. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So now I'm just gonna keep knitting this little bit. The rain's honestly calmed down. I like can't hear it anymore. We've been having some crazy high wind lately. Like you'll be driving and it feels like you're gonna like drive off the. We've had a few times where I'm like low key anxious about like the tree in our backyard, like having a branch come through our our roof. My partner and I own our house, which is really exciting. We got it this last year, and so now I'm like, ooh, that stuff would kind of actually be a lot harder to like come back from than if we were renting. But you know, there's pros and cons, and I feel like for us currently the pros outweigh the cons. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I told you guys earlier how I've been watching 90 Day Fiance, and like okay, so in real life the amount of time that has passed is probably like it's probably been like 4 or 5 days, maybe a full week. I'm not entirely sure, but I've been watching so much. And then I was like, hey, Noah's my partner. I was like, I think you might actually like this show. Because we watch a lot of just like bad reality TV, and like some of it's like too much for him, and he isn't even entertained by it. and some of it he still does enjoy. And some of it he still does like enjoy. So I put on a different season of 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days because I think I like that series better. Oh, I definitely did. I was not paying attention and I knitted my third needle off and then didn't. Yeah, that's on me. Let me fix this real quick. Okay, problem solved. So I turned on a new season of 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. Because I kind of enjoy that series better just because like the relationships just are a little less established as far as like if they've met in person. Like most of these relationships, even if they've been together for like 6 years or like there's a couple that's like married, like they usually haven't met in person. Whereas like 90 Day Fiance, sometimes they have already met, and so I don't know. The like, it's giving like the show Catfish a lot. I don't know. It has a lot of the same energy. Um, but it's just so chaotic, and like the amount of audacity that people have, like especially the Americans. Like the Americans are not the only ones at fault, but the amount of like people that go into these relationships having done like no research into like the country or the culture or the religion of the other person is insane. And then they're like, "Ah, why are they treating me like this?" And it's just like very basic like cultural like religious differences. Granted, there is a lot of situations where it's like, oh, like maybe they could have like communicated that better, but like I don't know. There's some crazy stuff. So if you like horrible little reality TV, I recommend it. I think the only part of it that like I don't love is that they repeat the like the shocking moments over and over. Like they like tease it. They'll tease it. Oh my gosh. They'll tease it at least 8 times. I feel like before the thing actually happens, which is a lot of times, my people. That's a lot of times. And so that's a little grating sometimes, but it's still really enjoyable. The episodes are also like really long, which is nice because it like I don't know, it just gives you something to watch for a long time. Detlef is coming in and inspecting my phone, so okay. He's sitting on the couch with me. How do I turn this around? Whoa, that was a lot of lightning. He's hanging out with me. This week we're having a 10th birthday party for our dog, which I'm really excited about. So we ended up cleaning the house because the house has gotten really messy. Ever since my surgery, I kind of got like burnt out and into a depressive episode and like just have not been like keeping up with cleaning the house. Every time I see the little the little tumbleweeds around the house, I'm like, I could easily make a lot of yarn out of this if that was possible. And so it takes so much restraint in me to not be on YouTube looking for a weird little old lady's tutorial on how to make yarn out of cat fur. I don't know, guys. It might happen someday, and I'm so sorry. But the thing is, it's not that different because we're using well, this is plastic. Um, but like wool is just sheep fur and like there's alpaca fur and rabbit fur, so why can't I use cat fur? Just because it's on my dusty little ground doesn't mean it can't be washed. Cat sheep have like poop in their fur. I see no reason why actually it should be unacceptable for me to use my cat and dog's hair to make yarn. Although I do understand that the like staple length probably wouldn't be appropriate. There's like the staple length is like how much you can pull and the fiber like stays together. So I feel like it would probably be very hard to actually realistically spin cat fur, but I don't know. I kind of wonder if you like cleaned it and processed it, if you could do it. I just dropped a stitch yapping about cat fur yarn, but that's okay. It's important to me. I think I'm gonna wrap this video up. You got to see one full sock. You don't have to see the full other sock. I'll show you guys the pair right here. It'll probably, if it's done by when I'm editing the video, here's the pair of socks. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. We know they're gonna be cute because we already have one of them and it fits great. So I don't know. You really know what to expect. I'm gonna do the same green toe, so it's nothing too crazy, but here's about where I've gotten. Yeah, only got a little bit left till I do that green. But yeah, bye.